Right, good day, watchers. Merry Christmas. Tonight I've been watching a film I've seen this before, and it's a good movie. It's Bad Santa. I've been watching this tonight. If you've seen the mass screen or whatever, which way the thing is. I've been watching this tonight, of course. So no spoilers, of course. This is a film that I've seen quite a few times and I really like it. It's actually John Ritter's last movie. It's a 2003 Christmas black comedy film directed by Terry Zwigoff, written by Glenn Ficarra and Joan Vicar. It stars, so you got Billy, Bob Thornton, Tony Cox, Lauren Graham, Brett Kelly, Lauren Tom, John Ritter, and Bernie Mac. Oh, it's funny. He's funny this too. It's sad because you watch them both in the film and you think, and they're both dead now. They're not around anymore. It's just sad to see they're not around anymore, both of them. An unrated version released on DVD in March. So anyway, unrated. So anyway, the plot is Woody T. Stoke and his dwarf assistant Marcus Skidmore are professional thieves. Every year, Woody gets a job as a department store Santa Claus, and Marcus is an elf to rob shopping malls at night. With Marcus' wife Lewis as his getaway driver, Marcus takes his job seriously, but Willie S. addicted alcoholic is steadily falling apart. When they hide at the Sangoro Square Mall in Phoenix, Willie's vulgarity shocks the prudish mall manager, Bob Chipsicker, who brings them to the attention of security chief Gin Slago. Actually, I think John Ritter in this is funny as heck. I know he's just got something funny about the way he feels a bit awkward in certain moments. So it's just funny. And it's sad his last movie actually ever. And then at the mall, Willie is visited by a Furman Merman, a friendly but seemingly gullible, dim-witted, overweight young boy who assumes Willie is Santa and is constantly bothered by a teenage gang of skateboarders. At the bar, Willie meets a woman with Santa Claus fetish and begins a relationship. And there's a bit of hanky-panky in the car. Can't blame the guy, of course, really attractive woman. I'm sitting there going, okay, I can't really blame the guy. It's a really attractive woman, isn't it? As some casual S with suit in Willie's beat-up Impala. Willie is harassed and attacked by a man he encountered earlier at the bar, but Furman interviews. Willie gives Furman a ride home with his senile grandmother. Furman reveals that his mother died and his father is exploring mountains. Actually in jail for embezzlement. Why Willie tricks Furman into letting him rob the house safe and steal Roger's BMW 740IL, whatever. I won't read it all. I'll read this last bit. Bob informs Jin that he overheard Willie having S in a dressing room, and Jin starts to investigate. Willie sees his hotel room being raided and moves into Furman's house, where Furman's delight. Marcus is angry at Willie for taking advantage of Furman and states his disapproval of Willie's S addiction, while Willie makes a rude remark about Furman's grandmother. So anyway, they pay these like fees when they want to, so they end up robbing the mall. It's just it's one of those movies that won't explain every part of the story, because there is parts that feel kind of really bad for the kid in it, especially the part where. There's certain parts you do feel sorry for him, and especially when he cuts his hand, and he's got blood on it. I feel bad for the guy. So anyway, this is a film that I really do enjoy. It's a good movie. It's a film that it's got a lot of swearing in it. It's got a lot of other stuff like I mean, she's great looking, by the way. Good looking woman, very good looking woman. I like the part where they're actually getting a bit, and then the boy walks in and goes, it's like awkward, but at the same time, he's got this innocence, but the kid's got this like innocence, and it's kind of like they start to have like more of a, I don't know what way you call it, but he starts to warm towards the kid and the guy in it, and a bit of this bad Santa, Thornton's character, and he doesn't like him at first. He says, "What the hell's wrong with this kid?" Then he starts to like warm towards him later on in the movie, and I suppose in a way he's there from him. Even if he's a flawed, very, 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 very flawed character. Especially of course, can't blame him. She was good in a Santa. I don't say she was good in a Santa outfit, but yeah, it's one of those movies that you watch and you think this film's good. The film's got like a deep meaning. First of all, it's all like a black comedy, but it's got more of a. To me, it's got like more of a deep meaning to it. It's like cynicalness and stuff like that. Then when you watch it more, it's like you start seeing a little bit of heart in the movie, kind of crawl through. Because the kid's getting bullied by these kids, and the thing is like, what are you playing at? Like, and these kids, and it starts to teach them how to defend, do certain things, defend himself, kind of, give him a little bit of advice, and it does actually pay off later on in the movie, which I think is funny. It's got a great. I love that. I think the humour's very funny. John Mendes. When you watch this, if you why the hell didn't I watch this film years ago? Because this film was 2003, and I watched it about 7 years ago now, 6, 7 years ago. I saw the second one. I actually like the second one too. So yeah, I like the characters. I like the small old guy. He's funny. Great. The kid in it's great. I think when it comes off the bus, he's got like snot and it's just funny when you watch. It's just funny. It's like nothing about it. It doesn't really bother him. He just kind of just walks along there, and then they give him like a wedgie. It's like. And there's like underwear. You can actually see his underwear. It's pretty funny. It made me just make you laugh. This film it's funny. And of course, the kid white asked him to get like a toy. Is it a teddy bear, an elephant teddy bear or something? And then it's like a monkey or something, a gorilla. So it pays on the story out right, and then the film where he gets him like a teddy bear when he gets spoilers shot. At the end, when they have to rob at the bank, of course, there's a bit of like rob the mall. They have to. Bernie Mac gets killed. He gets killed in the film. You think so? That's pretty screwed up. When you watch it, you can't believe they're both that. But John, there was that scene where they're both talking. But there was there's a scene where John Ritter's character, Bernie Mac's character, is talking. You think yourself, they're not around them. They're both dead, And that was the thing of John Ritter's like, because at the movie you actually see a tribute to John Ritter. I remember hearing about he's doing this film, and then his last film he ever did, I think it was, or last thing he ever did, I don't know. I think his last film he ever did, anyway. So, but it's funny in this. John Ritter's funny. He has this kind of, I like the part where they're both doing it in the change room. He's like, what? It's just awkward, and he's trying to explain. And I like the part where he's telling them both off. Right, I think those two, telling them both off, and then they spin it around like saying that you're racist and stuff. I think that's very funny. So yeah, I like this movie. It really is funny. It makes me laugh. I think Billy Thornton does a good job he really does a good job as a really not very nice guy, but then he starts to show another side to his character. Show he's flawed at the same time, but at the same show he's kind of like he's not all bad. Just show a little bit of worry when the kid gets injured, and kind of guilt at the same time after what he does. And that was a bit, what he does, whatever. So it's funny. Definitely a film that you can't watch with your kids, or it's not a family Christmas movie, but as a movie you watch with your friends or whatever, it's funny. So yeah, the guy's dressed as Santa, who has alcohol addiction, alcohol problem, a lot of addiction to his character. So yeah, I really liked it. It's a good film. It's really decent, good performance from the characters. Some of the dialogue's funny as heck, and yeah, it's a good film. So the rating I want to give this film is what I didn't like about it. There's nothing really I disliked about it. Yeah, I want to see kind of more in it. You know what I mean? More of her in it. And apart from that, I didn't really dislike anything. The swearing didn't really bother me. I've seen a lot of films with a lot of swearing with no story at all, but I'm trying to think what film I've seen with. Must have been a few films I've seen with a lot of swearing, no so. But this film's got. I think this film's got a lot of heart in it too. It's got a lot of swearing. It's got a lot, you know, black comedy in it. But at the same time, I get it when I watch it. I get it. His character's cynical as hell. You can tell he's had problems in the past with with his dad and stuff. You know, he mentioned his dad and stuff in it. His dad wasn't very nice. So I suppose that's the way you tone out. So, and the kid in it, he kind of has this like starts having like a ratio, like a kind of like dad thing, father figure, kind of flawed maybe, but the kid doesn't really. He kind of asks a lot of questions too. The kid does, and he's kind of like, "Are you for real?" A lot. It's funny when he's in bed sleeping. He's asking questions. It's hilarious. It's fun, I think. So what? Okay, so what I like about that's what I like about the characters and stuff in the story. The story's good. So the rating I'm going to give this film is a 4 out of 5. So I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth a watch if you've never seen it. If you've never seen it, give it a shot. It's funny. A lot of swearing in it, but it is what it is, and it's it works. It works. So many people, this is my review of. I'm going to review the next one. So the next one's going to come after this. After this, I'll probably do both together. So the next review is coming for Bad Santa 2. It is Bad Santa 2. This is I watched the extended version of this film, the longer version. The scenes that they added in the film, there was like 2 versions. The extended version that's more too rude for some. So anyway, Bad Santa is a 2016 sequel to Bad Santa. It's a black comedy directed by Mark Walters. Stars Billy Bob Thornton, returning characters, Kathy Bates, Tony Cox, Christina Hendricks, Brett Kelly, Ryan Hansen, Jenny Zigorno, Jeff Scoron, and Mike Starr. Budget of 26 million. Okay, there's a lot of money, but then it made a box office of 20. Ooh dear. I thought it made more than that. Actually, I was thinking I was getting, and it made less. Wow, that's a shame because I actually enjoyed it. I thought good, I really enjoyed this one. Okay, set 13 years after the first film, Woody Stokes remains depressed as ever, upset his happy end did not pan out. He is again addicted to the S word and alcohol and tries to and fails to kill himself. He is visited by Furman the Kid Merman, who has just turned 21 and works at a sandwich shop called Hungry Huagi's. Unfortunately, Furman's father has abandoned him and his grandmother has passed on 2 years before, making Willie the closest thing to family left. Furman delivers to Willie a package containing a large sum of cash, and Willie soon finds that it's from Marcus, his former partner, who has been released from prison after jail after the events of 13 years earlier. Marcus, expressing sincere remorse for betraying Willie, tells Willie he has an opportunity in Chicago that he can potentially net them millions. Although he is willing to disclose the name of the contract, Willie reluctantly agrees while unsuccessfully trying to help Furman lose his virginity before he can leave for Chicago. Upon their arrivals, Willie is annoyed to learn that not only is a target of the con is a charity, but his enraged mother, Sonny, uses this shit stick as a term of endearment for one, which is Marcus. Contact. Willie reluctantly agrees since Buddy is suffering from early stages of Parkinson's disease, although secretly makes a deal with Marcus to cut Sonny out when the time comes. Forced to don the Santa suit once more, Willie is arrested when he beats up a much jolly Santa due to mistakenly thinking the other Santa is the P word, but is bailed out by one of their charity founders, Dinah. I like her. She has like a very, very, very naughty side to her. Though she wants to fire Willie for his behaviour, she relents when he agrees to attend an AA meeting with her. Diane's husband, the regent, who also runs the charity, is cheating on Diana with his secretary. orders his head security guard Dorfman to track and follow Willie, becoming suspicious how much his time spent in the diner. So anyway, you got this like, okay, read the last bit. Meanwhile, Marcus, after doing some recon, tries to seduce security guard Gina, who can obtain the key to Regent's office where the charity safe is kept, but he fails to do so as Gina is high maintenance elsewhere. Willie starts a relationship with Dana, and he and Sonny start to bond, especially when the two of them rob a mansion together with Willie posing as Santa and Sonny is Mrs. Claus. As they bond over the haul afterwards, how Sonny gives Willie a gun so he can betray and take revenge on Marcus despite Willie's insistence that Marcus has changed. So anyway, they want to rip off this charity place. I won't read the whole lot. I really enjoyed this. It's a funny movie. It's got some very funny dialogue and it made me laugh. It's a shame that it didn't do quite as well as the first one. Okay, let's just go back. How much did the first one make? I can't remember. Just how much the first one. I can't remember if I said it in my last video, but this is a good movie. It's not as good as the first one. The first one was like, I like the relationship between the kid and the. I think that's that in this movie. So it made more. The first one actually made a lot more. 23 million budget of, and this one made. Then they made it 76.5. So this one made more. This first one did. Second one lost a bit more. So it almost cost the same amount to make. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they're trying to rip off this, get money from this safer card, millions or whatever, from a charity. And of course, it's a security card woman, a security woman. And of course, they have to try and get the key off her. Of course, she likes old men. That's for sure. She likes old men. It's quite funny. It's weird. It's funny though. So anyway, so you got characters like Kathy Bates is pretty funny in this film. Tattoos on her body. There is some awkward moments in this film, especially when she's on the toilet. I think, oh boy, and the kid in it, but he turns up out, it turns out where he is though, and he's like just wearing a t-shirt. It's snowing, and it looks cold, and he's wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and it's funny. He doesn't even look that different to when he almost looks. He's not changed his look. He looks just the same, plain, t-shirt and stuff, and still the same character like the first one. Very likable kid in those. Very likable. He can actually sing. He actually joins this like choir with this charity thing, and he can sing. It's funny. I think his character has like a, like I say, he has the same kind of relationship with him, of course. And so yeah, it's a film that I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed this one too. Because the film's got it's got rude humour. It's got it has stuff in it that you're having these type of comedies. They're all great in it. I like the little that guy there. He's funny. Some of the dialogue is so nuts in this film, but it's a film that I really do enjoy. I've watched it quite a few times. I think I've seen it twice, and I really liked it. Billy Bob Thornton is funny as heck. So it's cynical, moody, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'd love to see a sequel to this, but I don't think they will make a sequel. But who knows? The film did actually. I like to see it called Bad Santa 3, The Final Santa, The Final Claus or something. I don't know, The Final Bad. It's very, very, it is funny though. It's kind of, it's not everyone's cup. I mean, not everyone's cup of tea, of course. Rude moments in it, very rude, and language and stuff. And I like the fact when the thing is characters singing, right, he kind of like stands there and watches. And you can show he's like fond of the kid. He's very fond of him. He just annoys him sometimes, especially the first one where he actually annoyed him. But in this one, he's just the same. He's just the same kid, He's very like shy. He's like shyish. He's like a child, the guys, but it just makes you laugh. It's funny. And he looks just like he's like wears a t-shirt and it's cold, and I'm like, are you? And then he starts wearing. And then thing is like puts the coat on him and like he's all purple and stuff. It's he definitely stands out. If you watch, he stands out like a he stands out like a sore thumb. But yeah, and I like a bit of a fun to scout. It's got some very funny moments in it. And the woman in it, he says something to her, and she's kind of like, "What the hell do you think? Get out my car!" And then the next minute, they're doing it in the freaking alleyway, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can think of worse positions to be in. And the part where he's like in hospital in bed, and she's doing something to him, and of course that's doing something. That scene was funny. And the last part was pretty. The last part was pretty funny in the bed, hospital bed. I thought was funny. Bit awkward, kind of cringy to watch that too. So yeah, good humour. I like the humour in it. I really did like the humour. So they kind of do what they do in the first film, and it almost ends the way it always ends, where the guy pulls the gun on him, and then it goes into something like it doesn't go the way he wants it to go. That's for sure. And yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. It's got great humour, and bit of and all three, even Kathy Bates is great. She's great in it. So yeah. So what I didn't like about it, can't think of anything I disliked about it. I suppose it not a returning a character in the first film. I was like, oh, where's... Actually, the sad part is when you think about it, when they did the first one, you got Ernest Mack. What was his name? Was that guy? What's his name? Is it Ernest Mack? The guy in the first one. You got John Ritter, and both like, you think when this film, they're both like dead, So they're both in the first film, and then they're both dead now. So it's like, I know it's just sad when you think two actors that are dead now are actually in the first one talking to, interacting with each other. Now it's like, it's weird. But then, so yeah, I like the movie. I enjoyed it. She was the attractive woman in the first one. I thought she was really, she wasn't this one. It's a bit of a shame actually, but what I liked about it, I like the chemistry. I like I just think it's freaking great. I like the humour. I like the kind of heart-to-heart moments in it. Certain parts. And I like the scene where he's like watching the kids singing and stuff. Like, that's pretty cool. And I like the humour in it. I think it's damn funny, especially the first part of the movie where popping people's cherries and stuff. I thought it was funny. But yeah, it made me laugh. I thought it was really good. So yeah, definitely worth having this good film. The second one. So yeah, so the rate I'm going to give this film, and I like the ending part too. It's funny. A little bit cringy to watch, but it's funny. So we give this film a 4 out of 5. I really enjoy it. So 4 out of 5 for Bad Santa 2. So the first one gets 4 out of 5. The second one gets 4 out of 5. So yeah. So anyway, people, I'm going to go off now. Remember, have a nice Christmas. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Take a little selfie and enjoy my video. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas.